I don't think it hurts us to work hard. We're designed to work hard. We feel better when we work hard, and life goes along a lot better. And the more friends that you have, the better off you are.
Welcome to Shaping the Basin. I am here today with Dawn Ambers. Thanks for joining me.
Well, glad to be here.
I'm excited. I invited you for many reasons. You're definitely a leader in the community, but it's December and you are my favorite Santa. Well,
Santa Claus to me is one of the very, very special times of the year. Me having so many grandkids myself, you'd be surprised in how enlightening it is to have kids come to your lap and tell you about what they want. There are so many things, so many different things that you can hear and say. They're forgiven when it comes time for Christmas. There's one thing in mind, and that's Santa Claus. So
yes.
Yep.
How many grandkids do you have?
I got 14. Yep.
That's a lot of grandkids.
That's greats and grandkids.
Have you played Santa for them?
Oh, yeah. I play Santa every year at Santa. That's Christmas Eve. I'm at the daughter's house for Santa Claus. Yep.
That's awesome. How many years have you played Santa?
This will be 15.
Okay.
15 years.
That's a lot of years as Santa.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a story that stands out to you when you've been playing Santa? Maybe somebody asked for something funny or just...
Well, there's been a lot of different things, but, of course, when you're in an environment like we are, I mean, a country environment, a lot of pets are listed, a lot of ponies. Big thing is ponies, dogs, of course, kittens. But probably the hardest that there is when a kid has to be back with his daddy or mama. Oh. So that's the touchy part. You don't know really how to address that type of a situation. But most generally, there's something that comes up that you can answer that question.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's neat. Why do you think having Santa and our Christmas events or our snowflake events are important to a community?
Oh, I think it's the best thing in Klamath Falls. I just don't think there's not anything better. I mean, it's the time of year that people like to get out, and there's something else that happens. The tree lighting is a fantastic affair, and of course the parade is a huge, huge success. I mean, you get as many people down there as we get down there to see the parade. It's really amazing. It's really kind of shocking if you don't get down there to see it, because there's 5,000-6,000 kids that just want to come down to see Santa Claus. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what the weather's like, does it?
No, it don't make a difference what the weather's like. Yeah. It helps a little bit to be up in temperature, but it really doesn't make any difference, no. Mm-hmm. They're all bundled up. In fact, they look very, very good, all bundled up tight and everything, and out there looking at Santa Claus.
Yeah. How did you become Santa 15 years ago? Somebody just asked you?
Well, I wanted to be Santa Claus for a long, long time. But I knew Louis Taucher, which was Santa Claus. And I told Louis that I wouldn't be Santa Claus. Still, Louis didn't want to do it no more, him and his wife. Mm-hmm. Louis, I used to deliver papers to Louis when I was in the 6th and 7th grade. But that was why I didn't. I didn't do it because there was someone that was doing an excellent job. And you've got to be sincere. The kids can pick up on it if you're not sincere. They know, really. I mean, it's amazing. But the more sincere that you can be and the more dedicated to them that you are, the more they enjoy it. And the more that the next year they'll come back. Yeah. I've had kids now that have been 13 years old now, and they've been there every year. Yep.
That's neat. Yep. Do they ever recognize you in the community when it's not Christmas?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't grow a beard all the time. But as my years has gotten older, I don't grow whiskers as fast as I used to. So I have to start a little earlier than usual. But oh yeah, numerous times in a restaurant, and they're looking at you because there's something about you they know or remember, and oh yeah.
That's neat.
It happens all the time.
I love that. Do you have any idea how many events you do in December as Santa?
I did 99 last year.
99?
99 hours.
Dang. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's a lot of dedication to the youth of our community.
That's right. Yeah,
Thank you.
But it's worth it. I don't do just kids either. You got to understand. I'd go to the senior center. Not the senior center. I've been there, but I go to Crystal Terrace and everything, and I'd go to the hospital now for the hospital guild, and so I'm in a lot of different places. Yeah. Yeah,
and you love it.
I love it.
It's your favorite. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Santa is not the only thing that you do. I also know you because of your work with the Kiger Stadium, correct?
Yep.
In baseball.
Lots of years.
Let's talk about Kiger and why that's been an important thing for you to work on.
Well, Kiger, I was on the Parks and Recreation, and the committee for Parks and Recreation, and was on there, and there was a time when, of course, when the old guy that was there decided to retire, and there wasn't anybody to take his place, and discussion was, well, if we can't find somebody to take over Kiger, we're going to have to disband it and not play ball. I said, well, that ain't never going to happen. Because, Kiger Stadium was built in the 40s with a corps of engineers.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Now, Kiger is the same contractor that built Kiger Stadium, also built the cover for Modoc Field. Same engineer and everything. So he worked several winters or several years on both those two job projects. But Kiger was built originally for the Railroad League that came to Klamath Falls. And the Railroad League was a group of railroad employees in Sacramento, and I don't quite remember how far down south they went, but I know Sacramento, Redding, Dunsmuir all had a team, and they rode the train up through the Cascades, and they played at each individual sport, talent. So they go all the way to Eugene and Corvallis, where they played ball there, and then they turn around and come back and play the same thing down. So, but that's why Kiger Stadium was built.
Okay.
For the Railroad League, yes. Yep.
When did the Railroad League end? Do you know?
Well, as near as I can recall and find out what I've read, is it somewhere around the early 40s. It went away.
Okay.
It actually went away. The Legion come around in the early 50s. And then Legion played out, American Legion Falcons played out there. And so then they had their ball games and stuff. So it's been there, and it's just a unique building. It really is. Of course, Clem, you remember old Clem Bradbury that was there. He swore to God there was ghosts in there that were retired ball players that are angels that come back. Because he told me he could hear them all the time when he slept out there during the evenings and days when he wasn't working on the field. But there is something to that, because we don't have very many incidences at Kiger Stadium out there as long as it's sat there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's neat.
But
And if I remember correctly, is it one of the only remaining wood stadiums left?
yes, Kiger Stadium. Well, we did have the stadium in Eugene that burned down last year or year before. Pardon me. And that was a wood stadium too, but it wasn't totally wood. It had, but yeah, understanding is there's nothing between here and the Mississippi.
Okay.
That's a wood stadium. Yes.
That's pretty neat. And the American Legion, do they still play there?
American Legion. No, not, well, the Pelicans are not, I don't believe, the American Legion representative. They're a club organization now.
But the Falcons still play there.
Yeah,
they just aren't part of the American Legion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you helped keep Kiger, and now is it under the Parks and Recs department?
It's still
under
owned by the Parks and Rec. Still owned by the city.
Mm-hmm.
Parks and Recreation Department takes care of it. And schedules it. And nice. But it's the same situation. They like to not rent it out, but to give it to an organization that takes care of it.
Sure.
My organization, when I was there, I formed the Kiger Association, and so it's had Sandra Fox and what's it? But can't remember his right name right off the guy from the rental yard, Harry Mock.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Mock, and I had Danny and Miles, and I had several of the guys that were involved with Basin, Dave Steen, and they were all part of the Kiger Association. And of course, it was all boys and girls that wanted to get involved, that was involved with baseball. Yeah.
Does the Kiger Association still exist?
No. Kiger Association is gone. Yeah.
Okay.
When I quit the Kiger board, it dissolved. And yeah.
What did you love about baseball? Why baseball?
Well, I played ball in 1956, 57, graduated in 58. I didn't get to play my senior year, but I played we had a youth organization in that day. The Falcons were involved. I mean, they were in existence. But I played for the Sons of Norway.
Oh.
They had sponsored a team, and I played 3 years for the Sons of Norway. Well, baseball is a individualist sport. It's about the only sport that you have to be in the game all the time. Football, hockey, anything else, that's a team. You got somebody that you can talk to right next door, but when you're on a baseball field, you got to know where the play is going to be. You got to play the ball. You got to play the ball off the bat. You got to be. To me, it's an exciting game, but it's also it's not a lot of kids that want to take on that kind of responsibility. I mean, they're not ready for it.
Mm-hmm. What you've probably seen a lot of changes in baseball over the years. Tell me about some of those.
Well, if you've been here very long, I've been here a long time. And KU was the high school at that time. And KU was strong. We were strong every year. Mm-hmm. We had some of the best coaches there was out there. And we challenged Medford and Roseburg and Eugene, and had some outstanding outstanding tournaments at Kiger Stadium. But I'll always remember the year that Dave Steen won, and I think that was 86, if I'm not mistaken. We come back in the 9th inning and beat him 13-12, and they always said it was rigged, and they'd never have another state tournament at Kiger Stadium. And so far they haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, and to me, it's kind of insulting because it's one of the best baseball fields, natural grass fields left in the state of Oregon. Mm-hmm. Yep.
How many do you have an idea for how many games are played at Kiger anymore?
Well, we did have as many as 60 games there. besides games that Babe Ruth, you got to understand everybody played there. Mm-hmm. Sacred Heart, when they were in existence, played. Sacred Heart actually played football on the field. Oh. They didn't have a football place, so we made the football field. They covered part of second base, and Sacred Heart played football there. But every school had the choice of Kiger Stadium. Mm-hmm. Every school. Henley, all of them, KU, Sacred Heart. Yeah. And they all had baseball. They all had baseball teams. Mm-hmm. Yep. Did you coach baseball? Well, I coached, well, in 19, I thought about this morning, 19, had to be about 79. I took up Little League, and because my son was in Little League, so the next thing I knew, I was president of Little League. So I run the league there, was president 3 years, or I don't know, 3 or 4 terms, I don't know how many it was, but I run the city Little League for a long, long time. And then later on in my life, I didn't have anything to do that I felt that I had. And that was before Kiger Stadium. I took South Suburban Babe Ruth. Okay. And I ran South Suburban Babe Ruth for quite a while too. And my thoughts was when I took over South Suburban, I wanted to redo all the fields. And so I completely redone all my major league and minor league fields so that we went to a turfless field, which is that product that the rain don't bother it. You can play with it anymore. It's softer to slide on. It's just a better facility. And I raised some money for that and put that back in at the Little League fields, and it's all gone. Now I got great grandkids playing out there, and it's just too bad we can't get more people to come out and volunteer and get these projects going, because the only ones that are hurting is our kids, and they're the ones that want to play ball, and they want to. And we should give them the best facility we can, and we can. We've got everything in Klamath Falls that'll do that. We've got some outstanding baseball players left in Klamath Falls that can come out and do their best to get that thing and try to get it straightened out.
It's easy to get lost. Don't know which path to take, what to post. In the social media jungle, video is king. Your kids are obsessed, your customers are addicted, we're all hooked, and social media sites prioritize videos. So when you're ready to stand out from the crowd, reach out to 40 Deuce Films. Feeling over everything.
Do you have ideas for how we get more people involved?
Well, I think it's a situation that we have anymore is that it's hard to get volunteers because we are so busy, and of course, Mom and Daddy both work. And when Mom and Daddy gets home, that's pretty much where they want to stay. And trying to get somebody involved in an organization now is almost impossible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm talking about the 25 to 40-year-old people that have kids that, Henley is just doing a terrific job now. They've got a great program out there. They've got the parents that are excited about it. They've done some terrific jobs in football, baseball. I mean, they're an up-and-coming ball place, and consequently, kids want to play for Henley. Mm-hmm. So kids go to Henley, you know. But I didn't think I'd ever see where KU would play a small school like Hillcrest and Eugene. Mm-hmm. I mean, I never ever thought that would happen. But.
Yeah. Lots of changes.
Yes, lots of changes.
For sure. What would you like to see happen at Kiger?
Well, what I've always wanted to do is and I had several people come by that were from out of town that swore them down this was the place to have a film. a movie.
Oh.
And it is a great place for Field of Dreams or whatever. I mean, it is about as authentic as you can get. And I know it can be done. It's just getting hold of the right people because it's an absolute gold mine. It'd be good for Klamath Falls. It'd be good for everybody. It'd be good for the field. You know, the city's putting out money to keep it good right now, and not a lot of money, but enough to keep it sound and solid.
It makes me wonder. We had Ashley from the Klamath County Museum. I wonder if there's any exhibits or anything about the history of it anywhere.
Oh yeah, they've got lots.
Do they have a lot there? Be kind of interesting to have maybe some of that out at the stadium itself. I don't know.
Well, the problem with that is that there's so many areas in there that you can't patrol all the time.
True.
Like down in the bottom part.
Yeah.
Things seem to disappear when you don't have somebody watching them all the time.
Yeah.
We did that with the American Legion Falcons. All the boys were in picture frames and stuff. Pretty soon they were all. It was. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
What do you think baseball can teach us about life?
Well, baseball is a challenging game, and I can tell you, as an employee, there's just something about a baseball player because it is a personal sport. I mean, individualist sport. Employers like them because there's decisions rendered on the field that you have to instantly take care of to make the game right and make it good. And that same thing works with an employer. He wants an employee to be thoughtful for the company first, but also make the decision that needs to be rendered right away. And I'm not saying that the other sports aren't that way. I mean, I've never been a professional, so I don't know that, but it just seems like to me that baseball is a sport that you can rebound to in your life, and it'll always be a challenge to the job you're at.
I think that's good. I am not a baseball fan, but now I'm like, man, I should think about it a little bit differently. I'm a football fan.
Yeah, well, so am I. So I'm a University of Oregon football fan.
I was going to say,
so,
I can tell you're a Ducks fan. Who's your baseball team?
Well, it's real close now. I mean, I followed Oregon State for a long, long time, but boy, the Oregon Ducks got some powerhouse this year, so I got to go with the Ducks again this year because they have got some studs.
All right. Who's your football team? Ducks.
Well, Herbert's my football team.
Okay.
I watch Herbert, and I watch Mix at the Broncos and Herbert.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're Oregon quarterbacks. So.
Do you have a major league baseball team? The Giants.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Savannah Bananas?
I think it's a great recreational thing, but I don't think it's much baseball. I think it's all recreation. But I'm telling you, it's working. Anything that works, there's something about it that happens. So, but.
Yes. Do you feel like baseball has as strong a presence in Klamath Falls as it used to?
No.
No.
I don't think any sport does.
Mm-hmm.
I think Henry does the best job we got out there now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that because of the computer and the cell phone, we're not getting kids turn out.
Mm-hmm.
We really aren't. I mean, out there Little League this year when I was out there involved with them, no, there's not as many teams. I had, when I was president, in both leagues, I had over 24 major league teams. And now it's 24 times 12 boys. And we played a lot of games. And that's not happening now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for our kids. I think it's a deficit to our kids. I think that our kids need to be out and experience the wonders of the world, or the dirt and the ground and the plants to grow, and
Mhm.
yeah, I just think we're missing out.
I do too. You know, I have a grandson that has never played any sports.
Oh.
He's in 8th grade this year, and
Oh,
he picked up baseball,
Good.
first sport ever, and fell in love with it.
Sure.
And that it's been fun to
Yes.
see him.
He improved.
Yeah,
Oh.
and want to.
Yeah.
It was a really exciting. And then he was. My grandkids came out. The rest of the grandkids came over, and he was out leading a baseball game in the field behind our house with all of the grandkids. It was kind of a cool thing to watch him
sure.
blossom into that. So,
Yep.
so now I'm going to some baseball games.
Well, the more you go, the better you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I asked you what baseball could teach us about life, but what do you think Santa could teach us about life?
Well, I got one thing to show you here.
Yes.
That I brought with me. And I wanted to, I don't know whether you guys are in this too, but I was very interested in it. But this is a baseball that I found at Kiger Stadium alongside of a post. And I believe this baseball, I sent it in and had it, I took a picture of it. I didn't send the ball in.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it was a softball. So that makes me think, well, maybe the Railroad League wasn't a baseball team. It was a softball team that came to town. This baseball is a pigskin, hand-tied, and I found it's got to be in the 30s or 40s when this ball.
I see it. This is pretty cool.
And this here is one of the original plaques that went on the Falcons.
That is neat.
Shirts, uniforms.
And this was in the 50s, you think?
Yep, 55 or 56.
That's incredible.
I had a person give that to me. Their father passed away that had it, and they said I deserved it. So
that's pretty neat.
That's going in a picture frame at home.
It should. This should go in a shadow box or something.
That's in my bay window.
That's neat.
Yep. It's one of a kind.
30s or wow.
Yeah.
And how long ago did you find that?
40 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But to think it had been there all that time.
Yeah.
That's still a really long time to have sat there. That's pretty neat. Thank you for sharing that. That's really neat. Thank you.
Okay.
For bringing
back
that.
to Santa Claus.
Yeah. Just tell me what you think Santa could teach us about life.
Well, I don't know what Santa could do so much about life, but, I think you got a believer in Santa. I mean, everybody believes in Santa sometime during their life, and I think that more parents ought to stress the fact that Santa Claus is there for a purpose, and that's to satisfy the kids and to enjoy Santa Claus one time a year. Mm-hmm. I know my kids, my grandkids, even though they know who it is, he's pretty special. So, but the boys that I have are not quite sure, but they think they are. So
that's awesome. You've done a lot in the community over the years, protecting Kiger, giving back. We didn't even talk about your snowmobile. You're very involved in snowmobiling.
55 years in snowmobiling.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that for just a few minutes. We're getting close, but tell me about snowmobiling in the community.
I started snowmobiling in 1970.
Mm-hmm.
I picked it up because being in construction, us going during the summer just didn't work because that's when I had to make my money to be able to survive all winter. And so winter sports was the thing I liked. And I liked snow. Weather didn't bother me. So I had 3 girls and a son. And my mom and dad bought snowmobiles. My sister and brother-in-law bought snowmobiles. So there ended up being about 9 of us out there riding snowmobiles. And we just traveled all over. I've been to Yellowstone and I've been into Yellowstone and then to Sun Valley and all over and to ride snow. But it's just a great sport. I mean, it isn't. It's more costly now, of course. Everything is more costly now than it was then. But it taught my kids how to drive good.
Mm-hmm.
My kids have never had an accident. Taught them that they need to take care of what they're going to be riding on. They learned that they needed to put gas in it and all the things that might happen on the trail and, survival stuff that they would learn what they had.
Mm.
So, but it's a terrific, I've loved it. I mean, I don't do it no more only because I'm just too old to do it. It's not the right place for me to be out there now in 4 feet of snow, but yep.
That makes
But
sense.
my kids, both my grandson and my son, both snowmobile.
Yeah.
Very, very much. Yep.
I don't snowmobile. I've done it, but I don't have one or anything. But I hear we have fantastic trails around here.
We got fantastic trails. The trail system that we have. Well, I was president there for 8 years too. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we got lots, 500, I think it's 576 miles
Dang.
of groomed trails. And we groom everything from Diamond Lake down. So there's a lot of trails to ride. But the thing now is the machines are built so well that they're not riding all the trails. I mean, there's still the family people that use the trails and everything, but the machines are built for deep snow, and it's where the big boys go.
Mm-hmm.
Older boys, bigger toys.
I hear something. Boys don't grow up; they just get bigger toys or something like that. I think I've heard
That's right. Yeah.
Do you have a very favorite trail that you've been?
Well,
on?
I really like the trail from Chiloquin there
Okay.
at the entrance to the park all the way to Diamond Lake. That was a wonderful trail. It was 80 miles across there or something. Total miles back and forth. So, but it was a great trail to ride.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. There was mountains to play on it, little flats to play in. Yeah. I love Klamath Falls.
That's awesome.
There's just no place better.
Are you from here? I guess I didn't
I've
ask you
born
that.
and raised here all my life.
Okay.
I'm 86 years old. I've never been anyplace else.
Oh.
I made a very good living being in construction. Built a whole lot of houses.
Mm-hmm.
Did a whole lot of work on the courthouse and hospital and OIT and yep. So enjoyed every bit of that too.
Yeah, a lot of neat things that you've worked on.
Oh yeah.
If I gave you a check today for $250,000 to make a difference in our community, what would you do with it?
Build a new sports arena.
Yeah? Do you have an idea where?
Well, of course, everybody would thinks that everything should be close, which is probably right. But there is some awful good property that is adjacent to, or very close to Dave Steen's, that the old racetrack used to be on.
Oh.
The banks are just proceeding instead, so there's lots of chances that something could go in there. They want a lot of money for it, but yeah.
Well,
But it's close and everything, yeah.
like
I think we're in desperate need for something like Medford built
Mm-hmm.
for our youth. Maybe that's why we're not getting kids out. I don't know. The more you offer them, the better off they are. So,
Sure.
but yeah, I'd build something to do with sports.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have a role model or somebody you really admire?
Probably my dad. Yep.
Will you tell me about him?
Well, he worked hard all the time. He happened to be one of them that he helped build Kingsley Field. built the barracks out there years ago in the early 40s. I was born in 39. It was after I was born that Dad worked out there on the Kingsley Field. And then he did go on up to OIT, the old OIT that we had up there, and worked up there. But he was basically timber. He was a sawyer, sawed trees up into boards, and worked hard every day. I don't think it hurts us to work hard. We're designed to work hard. We feel better when we work hard, and life goes along a lot better. And the more friends that you have, the better off you are. I'm finding out just how many friends I got. The older you get, because the older you get, the more you like having your friends around.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Well, that seems like a great exclamation point to this episode. Thank you for your time today,
Okay.
On, and thank you, Don.